that one to go. Rebounded by Mitchie. Mitchie puts it in.
Beat gets it. They're going to go up on Joy, and it's good off the glass.
Morgan, Sammy Ashton all alone for the quick lay-in.
Buster with the deep two, and it's good. Has the ball at bounce, passes it into Grieco for three, and that's 1,000 points.
Live from a hill is Valley TV. Tonight, we have a presentation of a matchup between the Valley Regional Warriors and the old Saybrook Rams. Two of the most hottest teams in the Shoreline at the moment. Valley Regional is coming off a really nice win streak, but hoping to end it is the old Saybrook Rams. We have I don't know if you guys can notice at home, but it looks like it is snowing out. Fans for Valley Regional coming in for a whiteout tonight, hoping to come away with an excellent victory here. On the contrary, we have the old Saybrook Rams. Pardon the technical difficulty, we're still getting set up here, but that clock's going to wind down. We're going to get an introduction from our refs. As you can most likely hear from at home, joining you tonight in the booth here is the one and only Samuel Bure, back once again to call some basketball, for better or for worse. And joined, actually for the first time with me, is tell me your name and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Andrew Thomas, and yeah, this is my second time doing commentary throughout the season. So we're going to get here into the student intros now.
Andrew Thomas, I thought you played for the Giants there at left tackle, but I guess you took a break there to come call some high school basketball in Connecticut. That's great. We're going to have our player introductions as well as our statement of sportsmanship. We're hoping everything goes smooth here tonight, both on the court and in the studio. I'd like to give a hands-down thank you to Mr. LaQuire, Mr. Pittman out there who run Valley TV, as well as all my excellent cohorts here. Let's get it over with.
Most importantly, Valley Regional High School is a CIAC Class Act school. We uphold the standards of sportsmanship, respect, and character at our athletic events. Our student athletes and spectators will demonstrate these standards at all times as we recognize our responsibility to create a safe, positive atmosphere for athletics. And now for the starting lineups. For our guests, the Rams, led by head coach Chris Harris. Number 0, Aaron Holder. Number 3, Drew Call. Number 4, Brady Coach.
Standing ovation there for Jean-Pierre as the Valley instructions will be underway. I'm counting on my days here in the booth. I don't got a lot of these left, and it's nice to see almost our entire starting five, if not the entire starting five, is Partner. And with the conclusion of our wonderful national anthem, we are going to set off here. What do you think? You know, I never get to talk to really anyone else about this. I usually got my rotating cast. What do you think's going to go down tonight? Let's hear the pick'em stats from my color commentator here. Let's hear it, Andrew.
I'm not really too sure. I haven't been too many games, but I've heard Valley's doing pretty good recently. And also I've heard that Old Saybrook's top the shoreline? Up there?
Close too.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a pretty good night. Pretty exciting game here tonight.
I really hope it's a fun night. So out there for the jump, we're going to have 00. I think that is 00. Aaron Talove against our one and only Samuel Hutchinson. A bit equally matched here. Got a little bit of referee in the way, but you can definitely see pretty much the same player build here. I want to say maybe Talove has a 1-inch height advantage. We're going to go up, and Sam has the vertical as Valley's going to start off with the ball. In previous games I've watched, it becomes real a slog here to try and get points on the board for Valley sometimes. And these first quarters are a lot of a dry spell. But as demonstrated there by passing into the paint by Jean-Pierre with Sam sealing the deal, they're going to get off quick. Here's Old Saybrook now, going to try and start off with their first drive of the night. Looking to get something done. They're going to call it travel, and Valley's going to go back with the ball. I like the energy tonight. We got a packed stadium. Parents, fans. I'm loving it. Call me McDonald's here. What are you seeing? What are you seeing so far? It looks like we're trying out something new here. Got any ideas, questions about that?
Yeah, well, as I've seen from previous games, Valley's playing pretty aggressive here. They're not aggressive, but pretty quickly. Going, not playing slow.
Right.
Just keeping up the pace. Not obviously caring about the players on the other team, but I was obviously having a good offense here.
That's right. Old Saybrook there, able to go blow for blow there on defense, and unfortunately the offense couldn't get the job done, but they're going to work right back there. Missed layup by Hutchinson there, by Valley on the second drive. Old Saybrook's going to start off with something. They're going to look to be playing zone. Pass off to Jean-Pierre, just a little bit to the left there. Unfortunately, could not connect. Driving off Old Saybrook, Talove at the top. Goes over to find Lech. Lech passes it over to Casella. Casella seals the deal with a three, going to bring out Old Saybrook. 3-2. You love to see a fast-paced game of basketball. Watching the JV games before this, it wasn't too fast-paced, but once you get into this varsity action, it's great. And to cap that off there is Hutchinson with another picture-perfect layup there. I want to know what his hang time there was. He's stuck in there for pretty long. Here we go. Once again, Old Saybrook coming out here. They're going to swing back as well. But the three from Casella is unfortunately no good. Yermanson there is going to return it. Going to find Shea. Shea's going to find King under the net, but the defense is going to stand strong with a recovery by Shisela. Again, matching their energy perfectly here tonight. Old Saybrook's going to want to put more on the board as they're going to take their three. Unfortunately, no good. Once again, coming up with a little bit of dry spell here. Warriors on offense once again. Goes Jean-Pierre cutting up into the court. They stop him, though. Couldn't find much as they're going to slip up, and Old Saybrook's going to return. You don't usually see that from Jean-Pierre. I'll play into his handle a little bit. Usually he's a little bit too shifty from defenses to handle, and, they'll get caught up, and fortunately he'll find a lane. But there, it looks like Old Saybrook's been watching film. We're able to shut him down good there as we're going to break for injury timeout. Looks like number 12, Lech, took a hit to the head. Fortunate to see. Substitute in is Augie Albert. Oh boy. You talk about big man on the court. I can see that man has spent his days in the weight room. Looks like he will. Looks like he's going to make a big impact here for the Old Saybrook defense. Matching up 1-to-1 with Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, so here we have, quick back and forth between just, keeping it going, keeping up the pace, not letting Old Saybrook really do much about it. And
definitely.
Up for, I think that was 2.
Definitely. It looks like they're just trying to go copy their style almost. Valley takes a 3, they hit it. They're going to take their 3s. Speaking of, 0-0 there. Tolov isn't going to hit a 3. Looks like his feet were too far forward, but is going to sink that 2. Sorry about that.
Old Saybrook's number 4 there, really driving it down the court there. He's got it quick moving forward.
Spin move there by Shea. Unfortunately, could not connect. You love to see those excellent displays of athleticism there. But it looks like it's going to be a. What'd they call there? Hold on. As Tolov's going to tie his shoes. Almost thought that was a tech there, but unfortunately, I think the ball just went out of bounds or someone stepped out. Going to revert back to Warrior ball here. A chant there coming from the sideline, despite the fact that our entire student section's packed, it's relatively quiet here. Usually you would think you'd get a bit more chance, but, I just saw a special someone come onto the court. I saw Leif Duval enter the building. This guy, talk about number 1 fan of Valley Regional Sports. Leif is one of the loudest people you're going to find out there. Even during the volleyball season, you come in after practice, he'll be there chanting for us. And just like that, Valley Regional is able to capitalize on that, able to get a quick 2 off. Here we go, Old Saybrook now. Albert, once again, finds it to his teammate, Coleman. Coleman gets to the top. They're really just trying to find a gap here. Is able to make Shea take a dramatic miss and able to respond real quick there with a 2, tying us 9-9. Jean-Pierre packing his lunch, ready to get to work. And I think my eyes don't deceive me. I call the magical Connor Quinn 4 3-point games and unit game. And I think he just subbed in number 0, Connor Quinn. I mean, talk about underdog here. He's a little bit undersized, but I tell you, this man's a sharpshooter. You put him at the 3-point line, and it is game over for you. Valley offense able to get a fast break there, but couldn't capitalize on that. It's a shame to see. Andrew, are they going too fast? Maybe they're getting a little bit disoriented.
I think that's definitely a possibility. Taking those big shots, or big passes, I should say, like way down court, where only there's no defenders, but it's also not too many people on offense in case something does quickly change about the pace of the game. So
definitely, you really do have to anticipate something like that. And unfortunately, he missed his target there. You know, I hyped him up a little bit too much, you think. Before then, Connor Quinn just overshooting there. Here goes Old Saybrook once again. At the top, I can't catch a number. At the top there is Casella. Casella's going to go from the three-point line, and it's not going to connect. Connor Quinn there on the rebound. You know, hopefully I can break this curse that he's got on me here. Instead, he's going to dump it off to Drew. To Yermanson, my apologies there, a little bit informal. You know, Andrew has been absolutely electric. Last week going for 17 points. Week before that, they'd gone down to Bridgeport and played, and he dropped 21. Talk about if you can do something for me here. Apparently it wasn't joke didn't connect enough. Here we go. Old Saybrook now going up, and it's going to be a scuffle under the hoop. Let's see who comes away with it. It's going to be white ball.
Speaking of white, I don't know if you guys noticed, but tonight there is a lot of white in the student section for Valley, which is whiteout night.
You know, Andrew, I did notice. You know, that was why I brought it up a couple times before that. But yeah, again, a show of school speed here for Valley. You know, able to organize something like this where we all come in white or relatively white, or you know, there's some people that haven't dressed up in white at all. But you know what? They're doing the best they can. You know, I'm in the booth here rocking the white sunglasses, but that's going to be the end of one. Warriors up 13. Oh, I lied, though. Rams are up 13. Warriors 9. You know, it's blow for blow here. Both teams playing really similar styles of offense. Both being incredibly aggressive, just looking for any gap they can. And if they don't find the gap, you'll bet that they're stepping back and shooting it from the three. You know, I can't think of really any adjustments other than to be like, other than for Coach Woods and company, maybe to say, hey, guys, well, you know, we saw what they're bringing. You know, we know that they're good. It's time to go play even better. As for the Rams here, Coach Paris and company, I mean, I gotta just assume he's saying the same thing, you know. Hey, guys, we saw what they're bringing. You know, we're at a bit of a disadvantage because we're in their court. But you know what? We're just going to play even better. We're going to extend that lead. And that's my 2 cents. Andrew, you thinking anything right now?
Honestly, I'm feeling very similarly here. So, I mean, Old Saybrook's still playing pretty quickly. I don't know if you caught that, but right at the end of the first there, number 4 from Old Saybrook took a real quick drive down the court and set it up for 2, and it was good.
Yeah, it's going to be plays like that that are going to set the tone here for this next quarter of play. And this half, the ending of this half is going to dictate really the rest of the game. You know, when you go in the locker room, you got to have a specific energy coming out here. You know, inbounding here is going to be double zero Tove coming out, and they're going to start with a bang. Here we go. At the top, we have Casella. Attempted screen there, going to be there by Albert. Again, playing around, seeing what the defense will give up here. Looks back to the top. Still going to stay at the top. Almost in for 3 was the big man, Albert. Fortunately, could not connect. Jean-Pierre going to find Quinn. And they're going to pass around. You know, Quinn was definitely looking like he was about to take that shot. You know, when you got such a record like his, you know, it's almost too tempting to take. You know, it reminds me of almost a little bit smaller Simon Partika. I remember him playing. You know, he'd be the 3-point god out here my last year. And something you don't see very often is Old Saybrook able to retain possession. Well, there's Albert there was able to retain possession from Sam. Pretty impressive sight to see. You know, you've got a real big man build out here. You know, speaking from a big man myself, you know, you love to see it out here playing basketball. And able to respond there is Hutchinson.
Yeah, so again, real aggressive game, and doesn't look like anyone's slowing down here. So looking to keep pace on both sides, and already
definitely
pretty quick switch from defense to offense and vice versa.
Once again, Old Saybrook can return to offense, and cutting up there is Casella, able to move around multiple Valley defenders and get that done. Into the paint is Hutchinson. Gonna arm it over to Quinn, and Quinn goes for three, and it's no good. Quick recovery there by Hubbard. Gonna restart this Old Saybrook offense. Tolve inside, looking out, and it's all money for Hubbard. Very excellent.
That was a big three there from Old Saybrook. Already bringing them up. What's that, 7 points right now? 7 points, can make a pretty big difference towards the end of the game in a game of basketball here.
Well, I wouldn't be talking about just the end of the game just yet. We still got 5 minutes left in this half, and then another 16 minutes of play to go. And there's going to be a little tumble there on the court as Yermanson and Casella are going to take a little fall. And on the break there, 0-0. Tolve showing a little bit of swagger there after the play. Able to get that layup, and I think he's going to go to the line for 2 as well. Great job there by Old Saybrook to capitalize there, and now also go to the line. And it's going to be good. I lied there. He's actually only going for 1. Well, Valley Regional going to need that spark now to try and return. They're in a 10-point hole here, and they're going to call in their playmakers and work some magic. Here we go. Jean-Pierre and company starting at the top. Still looking for that gap. He's going to try and arm it inside to Hutchinson. I think it's going to bounce off a defender, though. Go out of bounds. Unfortunately, it did not go off a defender. That was off his hands. Checking in is Colmer for Quinn as they're going to go into a more heavy set. And Colmer is able to recover there, go up for the layup, and he can't connect. Fortunately, it looks like he did get his hand there. I got to do a little quick head count here of who we actually got subbed in, Kind of slipped my mind just a little bit there. Return to offense here. Casella and company starting right back up, hoping to extend this 10-point lead. Looking from the top was Lech. Fortunately, he couldn't connect. Once again, Valley ball. They're going to need to do something nice to probably poor choice of words, but they're going to really need to do something here. They're on a bit of a dry spell with shots. They've been looking inside a lot. The defense is playing really aggressive, hands down, but they're going to look for what gets them going good, and that might just be going from the top. And I just predicted it with a shot from Jean-Pierre, but he couldn't connect there. Really unfortunate to see because, when you go on those spells like that, it's really hard to try and get that spark back there for the offense. But, that's what the defense is for there with an excellent steal, hoping to cap off this drive. Warriors once again at the top. Inside, almost a fatal pass there for Colmer. Does end up with Hutchinson. Well, that pass is going to be tipped, but an excellent display by Shea there. He can recover that. He's going to go from the top, and he can't connect that one either. Not good to see here for Warriors. Once again, the Rams are going to go right back to offense. See what they can get done here.
Rams are playing a lot of offense here, but Valley's just keeping up their defense, not letting them really get too much through right now, which is really pretty good to see as someone from Valley. But might almost spoke too soon there as I go up for the 2, but barely no good.
It's here in the booth, we got to say relatively neutral here. We can't favor one side or the other. But I will agree with you here. It would be nice to see Valley hopefully get some shot down here right anytime soon. For their sake, purely just because, it's tough to go on these spouts of non-scoring, especially when you start a game so hot. Unfortunately, Colmer under the net couldn't recover. It's going to return to Old Saybrook offense. Casella here. Going to look inside, but he's going to go from the top there. There's Hubbard. Unfortunately, doesn't connect. Right back to offense is Jean-Pierre starting up once again. Deep shot there to Shea. Shea's going to try and get it back up, and I don't know how high he just got. Yeah! Hutchinson there trying to keep Hubbard up. unfortunate offensive play. Really got mixed up there.
Yeah, during that play there, Sam Hutchinson had a pretty good vertical jump there, getting some hang time, which definitely caused him to be able to at least attempt to recover the ball, which was pretty close, but no good.
Yeah, I mean, Hutchinson's really been that guy for Valley to, when the ball is above everyone else's heads, he just somehow gets his springs on and floats right up there to recover. But, Coach Woods and company are going to take a timeout here to discuss what they're going to really plan here for the rest of this first half. Coming up on a dry spell. I mean, defense able to hold strong, though. If you have noticed that, even though Valley has not been able to put up as many points as they would have liked, Old Saybrook hasn't been able to either. They haven't been able to extend that lead, and we're going to dip under 2:30 before the end of this half. Let's see what they get done. Tactic and strategy-wise, I almost wish I had a little mic there in the huddle, each of the huddles to see what's going on. Tolve and company going to start out here.
Yeah, as you were saying, so it's been a pretty long streak of there being no point scorer, but that just shows not only how good their defense is, but, it's been quick changes, but still keeping up the defense no matter how fatigued they might get.
Definitely. And fatigue definitely playing a factor here. Both teams playing incredibly physical, as we can see, as Albert tries to get above his defender and is going to go to the line. But like I was saying, when you get two incredibly physical teams like this, you need every second of every break that you can to keep up the kind of play that they want. And, maybe in that huddle they discussed a game of attrition. Try to play as physical as possible without burning as many electrolytes. Might just be the key, as we're going to see a substitution there as Driscoll's going to come in. Hopefully give some new life to this Warriors offense. Here we go. Quinn from the top is going to find Jean-Pierre, who's going to try and find that lane, and unfortunately it can't go up. But like I said, a breath of fresh air there. Driscoll is able to get that rebound and get it up and good. Broke the curse there for the Warriors. Finally getting some points on the board. Let's get this show on the roll. Cutting up and in was Lech. Jean-Pierre, though, starting this drive off as Quinn's going to loft it up, and that layup is going to be good. That layup had a good amount of hang time there, too. Pretty funny to see there. Old Saybrook there wanted to match the energy of what Warriors are producing right now. Are going to kick it up into high gear now. Up from the top is Lech. Lech finds Casella, who finds Hubbard at the top, and he's going to take his three. Absolutely electric here tonight from him. He's been able to sink, I want to say, 3 of them tonight. 3 for 3. Almost on that Wendy's streak. Here we go. Connor Quinn going to find Jean-Pierre at the top. We're going to dip under a minute now. 45 seconds left in this half. Quinn at the top. Still looking for something to happen. Maybe a lane. He's going to take his shot, but it's going to be stuffed by Hubbard, as Hubbard's going to find Lech at the top. Lech's pass is going to be no good, as Albert there is able to knock down that layup. And we're going to go to just under 30 seconds. 28 seconds remaining in this half. Let's see what gets done.
Yeah, basketball is a quick-moving game in general. You never know what can happen in 30 seconds. As you can see, even just a few seconds already.
Definitely.
Downcourt.
Testament to what you just said there. You had Casella recovering. Driscoll there able to wrench it free, and then in an attempted pass, just misplaces his target and it goes out of bounds. Burned off 10 seconds there just by a dead drive. Here we go there. Tolve inbounding it now. There's Casella from the three-point line once again. Absolutely electric. On that Wendy's streak, he's going 4 for 4.
Yeah, he's really keeping it up. And that was a deep three from the corner as well.
But that's not to give testament to the Warriors, as Jean-Pierre, with a couple seconds left, was able to sink that three. bringing us to 27-18 here, going into halftime. Warriors are down by 9 points here. Not great to see. 9 points, but able to recover from that with ease, with good play. But the way this Old Saybrook defense is playing has been lights out. They've been able to shut down some of their big playmakers for a good while now. Let's see if they can make their return or not. Or was the prophecy true from earlier? Playing that game of attrition. I understand that they don't have as big of a roster as the small Warriors roster might. They just have a little bit of a smaller roster, so that attrition game might just play into this. Or did both teams get their conditioning in this weekend? What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I think roster size can definitely have a big effect on this because something happens on Old Saybrook. It's not like they have too many players who they can just take out or put back in.
Definitely.
Whether that's injury, fatigue, but then with Valley, you always have someone who, at least it seems like you always have someone who can come in. And
definitely. And as we're going to dip to 7 minutes here left in this halftime, we will rejoin you in just a minute. Go get something to drink, go get something to eat. We will join you here on Valley TV. Once again, we are rejoining you here on the hill, and a little bit of switch up here in the booth. I substituted out like I was Coach Woods. I decided to make a little substitution here. Let me get a little introduction here. Let's hear it.
Hey everybody, it's Aiden Boxwell here replacing Andrew Thomas. I'm excited here for the second half. It's going to be good. I haven't commented at basketball in a year. We're back. Hope I don't mess everything up this time.
Listen, man, if something I've learned is that if you just mess up, just keep rolling and deal with it later. As I'm currently getting compliments from wearing my from the shades I managed to find in my truck. We're going to return to you, for another electric game here at this half. Old Saybrook leads 27 to 18, but we're going to resume this game of attrition here. Warriors going to hope to outlast them in the end. Both trying to play an electric game of ball, but unfortunately, the Warriors' shots aren't connecting just as much as the Old Saybrook zones are. You have Hubbard there from the three-point line being almost absolutely lethal, picking them apart from the three-point line like he's Connor Quinn. And the Warriors, on the other hand, still trying to go to their paint game, but almost stalling out. Let's see what they do here. I'd like to see some adjustments and return to play. Aiden, I know you were on the center cam there with a little bit of a better sight to the court. What you been seeing?
Yeah, when Valley went up on offense, it looked like they were trying to find a spot to score, but Old Saybrook was just covering everything. I really want to see Valley get a few more shots off and a few more shots in than their second quarter there.
Definitely. But it's going to be Old Saybrook ball to start off here with an inbound to Casella, as he's going to call out for some reorganization here to start this off. Cutting up inside. He's going to take it right from the free throw line, same thing. And Warriors are going to start off. Jean-Pierre is going to look around. They're going to try and find Hutchinson in the paint. And unfortunately, Shea can hold on to it. And it's going to become Old Saybrook ball. Both stalling out there, unfortunate to see. But actually, I completely lied to you there at home. It's going to be Warrior ball. These calls are hard, man. I've never been a really big basketball guy. I struggle with these calls. I'll say I'll be the first one to admit it.
I mean, hey, when you get a chance to call a game and do something you really like, take any chance about like you're taking up basketball. You don't know all that much about basketball, but you like doing it. It's a fun thing. It's good practice.
You keep taking a crack at it. Yeah. No, I've been doing this for 3 years, man. I've been doing this since you were what? What are you, a freshman, right? No, you're a sophomore. Who are you? Who are you? What are you?
I don't know.
He doesn't know either. We don't know here tonight. It's a Friday. We're spent. We spent the last beginning of this week doing midterms. I'm sure you folks at home understand how brutal those are. So, my brain's just a little bit fried. And the shot's going to be good from Casella there at the free throw line. Going to get his first points of this half. I'm gonna have a really bold statement here. Gonna go on a limb, but fouls aren't good for teams when they have to bring other people to the free throw line. I can't say that word. Free throw line. Jean-Pierre and company gonna start off here at the top, looking to see what they can get done and get this stout Old Saybrook defense playing zone here. King looking to the top, finding Yermanson, who has been an excellent shooter for them, but hasn't been as productive tonight. But hopefully I'm going to change my mind. But that shot's going to be no good and end up in the hands of Old Saybrook. But he's all alone. Lech there to capitalize. Going to drive out to a 31-20 lead. Once again, Warriors at the top. Over to King. Still looking around at the top, going to cut inside. It's up, and it's good. And he's going to go to the line. As I just caught my coworker slipping up here, he's also saying 3 throws. As his free throw is going to be no good. Casella's going to recover. Return to offense here for the Rams. Looking around, taking it at the top. Cutting up inside, but Jean-Pierre able to wrench that ball free. Excellent defensive work there. You know, Andrew, were you a big basketball guy?
I cannot say that I am. I just love calling it. It's fun to watch. It's just I don't understand it as much as other people do. Like, I don't follow it a lot, but I try. I try to understand fouls more. I've been doing a little bit of research.
You know, I honestly feel you on that. You know, I've never just been a huge basketball guy. And, you know, watching these games and getting the opportunity to learn a lot more about the actual game is great. You know, also the flow of the game is I mean, I think it's pretty nice. You know, and my specialty really is football there. And on the topic of football, my former teammate, Andrew Yermanson, able to sink that three. Able to get back on track after that dry spell. And a surprising thing to see here, the first chant of the night's actually going to come from the old Saybrook fan section as opposed to the Warriors, who have packed the stands and in return have started calling. From the top there, Peterson's shot is no good, falling incomplete. Going to give it right back to Jean-Pierre, see what he can get done. Hutchinson in the paint's going to look back to Yermanson, who's going to try and step back. But the bait is there, and his shot is no good, but it looks like Shea is able to recover that one. And they're going to reset here.
I mean, you can really see it like I was saying earlier. Just the old Saybrook defense is on Valley like hawks, honestly, right now. They can't get a shot off, and when they do get a shot off, it is like they don't have clear vision at all of that net, so they're just taking shots at something.
Definitely. You know, you see, you know, you don't see that anywhere more prevalent than actually in the paint. You know, a duel there between Hutchinson and Albert there. They're able to go blow for blow, as I don't think I caught who actually sunk that for old Saybrook. My guess is it's going to be one Mr. Josh Lech, who's also going to go back to the line. You know, on this sheet here, there's listed two names. I'm going to hope it's Mr. Lech here instead of one Jacob Speed. Unfortunately, if I get this wrong in post and old Saybrook is watching this film, I'm sorry that I've been calling you the wrong name. But I'm going to double down here on Lech and hope that he is the one making these great plays for old Saybrook. Jean-Pierre at the top. Here we go. Yermanson looking for a gap, finds it, cuts up, but they're going to call it travel there. Unfortunate to see, you know, he had those handles there like a big old pot of stew. And I couldn't think of an analogy of what had better handles than a big old pot of stew. I'm pretty hungry here in the booth. I'll admit that one as well.
I mean, I will say pots of stew do typically have large handles.
And so does one Mr. Yermanson. Here we go now. Old Saybrook. Tove is able to try and maneuver between defenders. But unfortunately, I think Valley's actually going to end up having fouled him out, as they're going to make some call and bring him up to the line. Once again, you know, I'll repeat what I said earlier in the game. These fouls are really going to be killer for us, especially when it came down to... Something caught my throat there, but... My apologies there. Especially when it comes down to closer games like this. When we're within 10 points, you know, 2 makes all the difference, especially when you're almost giving them it for free.
You know, typically in a game, I don't like to see a lot of free throws going up to the line, but in this, like, because, you know, it goes from hype and then you're just down and silent for a few minutes or a few seconds.
Definitely.
But no, in this game, you have a packed out student section, so there is never a silent second throughout the entire game. It makes it a way better experience for Valley here.
Yeah, atmosphere is definitely one thing, and when you're playing in the great brick box we have here on the hill, you know, it's got to be something about the acoustics in here that do make everything seem to be a little bit louder. You know, and unfortunately, Yermanson getting a little bit flustered there, as the pass from Quinn is going to be no good, and they're going to substitute in Mr. Coleman. Old Saybrook here, starting from the top. Casella, once again, leading his team down the court. Let's see what we get done here. Just going to go out for it straight away. There's one Coleman. Fortunately, that one couldn't connect, and the Warriors are going to go right back to offense. Man, it's been a long day for me, I'll tell you that.
I mean, hey, they're always on some kind of fence, you know?
Definitely. And unfortunately there, Sam couldn't get that hook up, but he is going to go to the line there for his shots. You know, it's a really uncommon sight. Usually in the paint, you don't see anyone else matched up with Sam. But, you know, when you're playing guys like, I'll refer back to him once again, Mr. Augie Albert, the junior, you know, it's hard for him to get something done when there's someone physically bigger than you in the paint. His second one's going to connect there. And Blue's going to return right back to offense. Tolve's going to look around. Finding Casella once again. Going over to Coleman. But there, the three-point shooter there. Hubbard ducks out and gives it to Casella. Casella's drive is going to stall out. But that's actually going to bring the line there. Do you happen to catch what happened there? You know, I was looking down at my sheet there. I couldn't really catch what happened.
I couldn't exactly catch what happened. I caught frustration definitely on some of the Valley players' faces. It's understandable. A lot of fouls this game for Valley, but they're keeping it in range of 10 right now. Valley trying to bring it back here. It's only 27-37.
Right. He's going to set up for his second here, and that one's also going to be no good. Still a 10-point game here. Separated 37-27. Like you had just said, there's Sam in the paint looking over to Yermanson, and Yermanson gets it done. Now only an 8-point difference. He's looking for someone to dump it off to. Tolve's going to try and cut up. And clearly the fans upset with that call. Looks like there was a shove. He's going to reset the play here for Old Saybrook. Here we go. And, you know, a staple of every game, you know, you start to hear Coach Woods get a little bit more and more fired up. And by the end of the game, if it is close, he will be screaming. Here we go.
I mean, you can watch the game on mute, and you can still hear the frustration if you're watching this thing on mute. If you're watching this in Deep River, in the Tri-Town area, you could probably still hear the frustration sometimes.
Yeah, you know, if we had a seismograph, you would definitely be able to register, pick up something on here when he starts to really use his outside voice. I think it does pick up on earthquake detectors and whatnot.
But that's a great thing for a coach to have. It shows passion. That's a great thing to see in a coach.
Definitely, you need that passion, you need that aggression, you need that vision. Once again, the Rams are going to start off back on offense. Pass over there to Albert in middle. He's got three guys on him. And I think the Warriors were able to wrench that one free. A combined team effort there to get the ball back. They're going to restart here from the top. There's Shea. Going to dump off there to Jean-Pierre. While Woods and company get their defense reorganized. Here we go. Unfortunately, a play could have been magnificent there for Shea, but I'm going to ignore the fact that I rhymed, and it just seemed to slip right off his hands. And unfortunately there, Old Saybrook's going to capitalize on that one and able to get a layup. Warriors, once again, starting off at the top. Quanter Quinn's back in this game. Let's see if he can get his swagger back there, get a few more shots off. Jean-Pierre, the workhorse for tonight, you know, looking for someone that's open. Communication certainly breaking down there as Coleman was able to just snipe that one off. Unfortunate to see here. As it looked like the inbound there from Warriors. was kind of broken up there by Blue, and it looked like it went off of Jean-Pierre's hands and resulted in a little bit of a scuffle there. Refs are going to reward the Rams there with possession of it. Unfortunate to see, really.
The Rams finding holes in anything that Valley is doing, whether it's on offense or defense. Valley really needs to do the same here going in. We're about 50 seconds left in the third quarter, going into the fourth. Valley needs to find something, needs to get that second win here as Valley scores up, getting us to 33-41.
Definitely. And, you do see that rotation of players just to keep people fresh. And unfortunately there, sometimes that's just not enough. As Old Saybrook there is able to capitalize as defense wasn't able to get set. And they're going to try and respond with a fast break of their own and is able to get that one off. Here we go, 15 seconds remaining. Old Saybrook's going to want to get something off. Looking over, he steps back for three. It's up, and it's no good. They're going to reward that one to the Warriors. Let's see what they get done here. At very best, if they can sink that three, close that gap just a little bit more, you're talking a 5-point game, which would be excellent setup here for the Warriors. We're ducking to 5 seconds. Cutting around inside, trying to dump it off. He goes from the corner, and it's no good as he tries to get it back up. Fortunately, Shea's effort there was for naught.
I mean, that would have been an awesome play if that went in. Valley is just, they have shown many times that they can pull off these really great plays. They just need to get that little bit of execution down, and they can do something crazy.
Definitely. The Warriors here, definitely a couple good stops and a couple good breaks there from taking the lead once again as we're going to go to the fourth. Old Saybrook there still wanting to play that aggressive style of defense. Lower scoring game here we have tonight. We've seen previously games get up to 70, 60 points. And we're not most likely not going to see that here tonight as both defenses still trying to stand strong. For Old Saybrook, their offense still needs to do what they do and really get those easy layups down and done with. Taking the shots that they give you is definitely something they most likely preach, as most of their shots are definitely layups, as opposed to the absolute arrows there shot by Casella there from the 3-point line.
You said the word powerful for Old Saybrook, and I think that is like a great word to describe both their defense and their offense. They're just a powerful team. But I know for a fact that Valley can be both powerful on offense and defense as well. And I'm really hoping to see that come out in the fourth quarter here.
Starting off once again from the top is Casella. Finding Tolve, who is going to find Coleman. They're going to want to really, let's see if our predictions come true here. Tolve from the top, he's been a facilitator of this game for sure. I don't think he's came out yet. Some minor substitutions have been made, but, a lot of these guys on the bench have really just stayed there, and they've rolled with their starting five for the majority of this game. Here we go now. Jean-Pierre going to start at the top. Once again, a guy that you never see come off the court. He's just got that motor. Like he's a big block Chevy, and he's out here just giving all 400 horsepower he can squeeze out of here. Warriors offense there, going to need the spark that engine up. I'm going to keep with the car references as bad as they might be, as Jean-Pierre is going to take it from the 3-point line and finding Yermanson there for the recovery. Keeps this offense alive. You just got to take those shots sometimes. I definitely thought he saw it was worthwhile and it was open, so you just got to take it, Yeah, he knows. Hutchinson there in the paint isn't able to get that hook over. Fortunate to see there as Old Saybrook now returning to offense. Looking to get something done here. Albert's going to take his first three for the night, and unfortunately that one doesn't connect. Jean-Pierre and company right back to offense, needing this drive to get done. And Yermanson, picture perfect shot there. That three was beautiful. I mean, you never even heard that one go through. As it looks like my partner here has just gone a little bit on mute. Unfortunate occurrence here in the booth. Prayers out to his family.
That's my bad. I was just baffled by that play. It was gorgeous, magnificent.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But no,
Here we go now. Old Saybrook now going to return to offense. So anyone at home that's currently viewing, not sure if we're still able to get live on YouTube. If we are live on YouTube, congratulations for joining us here in the fourth quarter. For those fans at home that really didn't want to watch a full game of basketball, here's just the ending. To give a little recap, all-out brawl here between both teams. Both teams playing incredibly physical, able to match their production 1-for-1. Except, in that second quarter, Warriors came up dry a lot of the time. And, that's really impacting them here when they're able to get their swagger on and able to get those shots down. Aiden, you got anything to add on to that?
I mean, what you were saying was great there. I think a great play that just shows that both teams have great power is that Valley went down to the Old Saybrook side, and it was just, I think, a solid minute and a half of just passing around for Valley trying to find a spot open. Neither team let up for a solid while until Old Saybrook found that opening, took the ball from him, and ran it back down.
Definitely. It's like we're watching an Autobot and a Decepticon just brawl in the streets of what city were they in the movies? Were they in California or were they in, no, it wasn't New York. Was it LA? Enough about the Transformers movies, as cool as they are. We're going to return to offense here as Albert's going to maneuver around.
Let's hope Valley can roll out a good defense here, keeping with the Transformers references, even though it's something I've never watched. Great shot there.
Unfortunately, you've never watched those movies. I'd recommend you add that to the list. And that shot there, like you just said by Tolve, was very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
As Warriors still going to sit in a 7-point deficit here with 5:30 left in the game. Something to easily overcome, but, when you're facing off with a stout defense like this, let's see what they get done here. Still, looking for that gap is going to be a little bit of a hot potato game there between Yermanson and Shea. Finding Kevin in the corner, and unfortunately, he's just going to find the backboard there. Not good to see.
I mean, as I said earlier, just non-stop passes from Valley. They just can't find a spot open here. They've had a few great spots open to get some shots off, but they're mainly looking to get outside the line, going for threes here.
Definitely, and obviously the passion is showing here. Look nowhere else, and Yermanson is clearly frustrated by these fouls, as Tolve did go to the floor. And a little bit of substitution confusion there, as King's going to come out for Quinn, who also was a little confused there, just need a little bit of direction. A helping hand there by Coach Woods. But he's going to go to the line for his shots. Connor Quinn now, facing off against two, is able to get the ball out of there. Warriors returning back to offense now. They're going to want to get something done now. I lost my train of thought. Connor Quinn with a three, and it's okay. Unfortunate to see there. Shea is actually able to recover there. Hands down, a great rebounder here we've had. A lot of these shots that we've been missing have been able to be bailed out by Shea. He shows excellent determination and stamina under the hoop there. And I bet a couple of those weight room hours, too, able to jar that ball away. And looks like Jean-Pierre might have been fouled there as he's going to walk to the line. Nope, I know. I try. I try my hardest sometimes, and it doesn't pay off, and I keep getting these calls wrong. Jean-Pierre at the top. Finding Yermanson in the corner. Still, once again, looking to Jean-Pierre at the top. And it's good. electric there as Old Saybrook's going to drive back down, and that layup's going to be no good. Going back to offense now. Looking inside. Shea can't recover it, but there's Quinn there. Timeout taken by Coach Woods. You know, usually I agree with every coach's call, but you've got to let the guys play there. That's electric. That was the game I was looking to play. You know, you get Yerminson's, you get Jean-Pierre's three. My apologies there. You get the excellent, I'll have to say, you get a little bit bailed out there by the missed rebound, by the missed layup there, and almost able to get some more points off. You know, it's a killer for the momentum, but honestly, being able to talk this over with your team probably would be the better move. Obviously, I'm not the coach.
I mean, Valley has the game within the 5 points here. I think our coach here just wants to secure what they're doing, just keep them on that roll. I think what Valley's been trying to do here is great. I think they're trying to tire down the Old Saybrook defense, get them down so Valley can break in easier, get into the paint, and get those shots off. Definitely,
you know, when you have a very physical team like that, you know, that type of play can't last forever. You know, even you see some of the greatest defenders in NBA history, you know, they were very physical, but, you know, they didn't have those generational long careers like one Mr. LeBron James. You know, not the most physical defender you see out there, but when you're able to play as long as him, it don't really matter too much now, don't it? No, it don't.
As we come back here, 4:02 left in the game.
That certainly is the time left in the game, and the pass from Jean-Pierre gets right into the hands of Coleman, and Old Saybrook's going to actually get to start this one off. Tove at the top's going to find. Able to get that layup there, still extend that lead. They're going to want to hang on here. Warriors going to return to offense there after that unfortunate drive. Looking for someone, going to find Quinn, is able to get up and over with a one-hand that, and it's going to be tipped out by Casella, returning the Warriors to offense. You know, Connor put his whole body into that one. You know, he went out full extension, full vertical, you know, excellent display of athleticism there. Come on, hit that. And that layup is good by Shea. Old Saybrook's going to return to offense now.
Like I said earlier, Valley just needs to find their spots, and I think they're finding them sooner and sooner every drive on offense. Old Saybrook, their defense, I don't want to say is slowing, but it's definitely winding down here as the game is winding down. Valley just trying to capitalize on that, get their second breath here and get in there, try to tie the game up, and then eventually overpass Old Saybrook.
I couldn't have put it better myself, you know, obviously displaying the fact that sometimes you just have a little bit of difficulty speaking here in the booth for me. But definitely, unfortunately, that layup there by the Warriors doesn't make it in. You know, tough to see there, especially this late. That shot is going to be put up, and it's going to cause something there for sure. And I think it's going to be a Warriors drive restarting there, as I think Sam there was kind of clipped in the back or the elbow. I'll go with that. I like that call. You know, it works. It works for me. Warriors now on offense. 4-point deficit. Let's see what they cook.
The Old Saybrook crowd here chanting for defense. I think we need Valley. We have a huge crowd here tonight. We need them to be chanting offenses. Well, speaking of defense, Old Saybrook.
A real tactical decision there by Old Saybrook there. Casello is able to kind of hit the ball off of Quinn's foot and have it be their ball once again. Here we go. Old Saybrook's offense starting right back up. We're going to dip to just about 2 minutes now, as Tolve's going to sit at the top and wait for something to develop. You know, they might start the play clock just a little bit now, just to try and be a little bit safe. You know, you've got a cushion. You know, you've got just a 2-score cushion here to play with. You be a little bit aggressive, but you also might want to get some of that clock off. As for the Warriors, I mean, obviously on full display here, they want that ball and they want it quick.
I mean, Valley needs the ball right now. We got minute 30, just above that. Valley can get the ball here, get a few quick drives up.
Fortunately, they're going to call a shove there on Casella, on Tolve. My apologies there. That's going to bring him to the line, which is absolutely fatal to see here for the Warriors. You know, letting them get easy points like that is never a good thing to do, as bold of a statement as that might be. And that one was clean, as he's going to be able to get a setup for his another shot up.
Shot at number 2 coming up here.
Unfortunately, the added atmosphere from the fans there wasn't able to pay off as they hoped, as he was able to go 2 for 2 from the line there. Warriors offense here. Let's see what they kick up. In the corner is Yermanson, and he can't connect there. They're playing for that ball. Hutchinson's able to be down court, though. As it looks like Yermanson slipped up and was accidentally leaning on him.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they're all getting a little bit frustrated there.
You can definitely hear, as you said earlier, we can definitely hear some words being said here between coaches and referees. Volume of those I won't go into, but let's just say you can definitely hear it from the other way.
There are words being exchanged. I will agree with you on that, Aiden.
That's good. I'd hope so.
Here we go. Once again, Warriors offense going to start off. Getting to Connor Quinn. Finding Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre's going to take it from the 3. He gets it in! Oh! Old Saybrook's going to take a timeout now as they climb in within 1 score with 1:07 remaining.
Valley's closer. Old Saybrook's going to have the ball when we come back from the timeout. But if Valley can take the ball with the time remaining, they can hit a 3, tie it up.
It's a 3 to tie, and it's a 3 to tie. You know, to take the lead, they need to score at least twice. Well, they need to score twice. Yeah, at least twice. I was right. Why am I questioning myself now? You know, it's a really interesting game here to see. Now, Old Saybrook really controls their destiny here. They need to clamp down on defense, and they really need to get that stickum on their hands and make sure that ball security is on point. You know, letting a slip up right now happening could spell absolute doom for them. As for the Warriors, they need to hit some push-ups real quick, get those muscles working. They need that takeaway right now.
Valley needs a 3 here, or at the very least a 2, and then maybe some foul shots.
You know, with the time remaining, I wouldn't say they need a 3. You know, if you want to take a really big swing, it's all high risk, high reward here situation. You know, you could go for 2 scores and have the lead taken.
Well, I feel so. I don't think we're going to have time for 2 scores, as I believe it's going to be Old Saybrook's ball coming here off the draw.
They're going to look for Casella, as I think Colmer actually fouls him. Brutal to see. You know, you can't be too physical. You know, as much of a physical game that it is, you can't be that physical. Bringing him to the line here could be bad. You know, it's never going to be good. Let's see what happens. As he's going to make it in. They're going to be able to climb up to 50 points. 4-point deficit with 1:06 on the clock. Still doable, but, you know, you're looking at it's a little bit of a tougher mountain to climb. As it's getting loud here at the hill. They're looking for the ball. Shea's there to recover. They're in a 4-point deficit. They're going to need 2 scores. They want something fast. Connor Quinn. Connor Quinn's looking for Yermanson. Yermanson looking for Jean-Pierre. We're under a minute now.
We can't be playing pass about here.
Back to Jean-Pierre. To Yerm. Jean-Pierre. They're taking it now. Jean-Pierre, it's up, and it's no good. As they're looking for the ball. Hook over and it's going to go out of bounds. 35 seconds on the clock. They need to score now. and then they need to do something fast.
Valley needs possession here, and I'm saying they need to get a foul. Like,
and the three is up, and it's no good. Connor Quinn is able to do is tactically able to spike the ball at his feet, getting the ball out of bounds. 30 seconds remaining. They're going to take timeout, but I do want to say that's white ball.
They can't do that to me. They can't call a timeout right there.
You know, the adrenaline's pumping now. You know, you're watching a very good game unfold. Thank God. Thank the Lord we're back on YouTube for you guys to see this one. It's coming down to the wire here. Valley needs 2 scores in 30 seconds. Old Saybrook needs to hold on for dear life. And that's the situation we're playing with. Gonna be tense, just about 10 seconds here left in the huddle. I got no other words. Let's see them play ball.
well, let's just hope for Valley's sake that they find the way to get 4 in 30 seconds. It is their possession, I believe, and I hope.
Yeah, I hope Coach Wood kept his rosary on him because he's going to need a little bit of a prayer there. Let's see what gets done. Old Saybrook here marching out their defenders. They need to stand strong now more than ever. As Yermanson from the three-point line is going to be just nudged as they're going to fight to try and recover it. Still going to pass it around. Unfortunately to see there, Yermanson unable to connect there once again from the three-point line. Burning 9 seconds for no points. You know, chances are getting slimmer and slimmer as they've just brought Tolve to the line to hopefully get back possession. You know, they're going to take the gamble. They're going to gamble here. They're going to double down. Going to double down, put it all on red. They're going to call it on a 15. Blackjack reference. The situation here at the Hill is you need 2 threes in 20 seconds. That one was no good. I could see that one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's most likely going to be that's going to be it here, as Old Saybrook's going to get possession in just barely, not even just barely, but they're going to hold on to the lead in that last minute, and they're able to come away with it. Tolve's going to go to the line to extend the lead, and you know, I think it's safe to say that might just be it.
Sam, I'm thinking you're right, and I do have to say, this has been one of the most entertaining games I've seen all year. Very back and forth, but it was just Old Saybrook's day.
Definitely, you know, they came up to the Hill, and they were willing to do battle in the Great Brick Box, and they come away with a win. You know, snapping the Warriors' win streak here, and hopefully they're able to continue it into next week. I think they're playing on Tuesday at home. As for the Warriors, we're actually going to be back here on, I want to say, Tuesday as well. Back on air for the HK? Is it HK? We're going to be back here. I can say that for certain. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great game here on the Hill. Adrenaline's been pumping for all 4 quarters of play. Old Saybrook takes the victory. I hope you all have a good night. Get home safely if you're driving here home. As for that, good night.
Good night, everybody.